How to silence the inner critic and stop being mean to yourself. Do you ever feel like you are your own worst enemy? Does a relentless inner voice constantly criticize your every move, second guess your decisions, and undermine your confidence? If so, you are not alone. Millions struggle with a harsh inner critic that can sabotage happiness, stifle creativity, and hinder personal growth. This guide is your roadmap to silencing the inner critic and cultivating a kinder, more compassionate relationship with yourself. We will delve into the origins of self criticism, explore its damaging effects, and equip you with practical strategies to challenge and reframe negative thoughts. You will discover how to identify your inner critic's patterns, respond to harsh judgments with self compassion, and transform your inner dialogue into a source of support and encouragement. Whether battling imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or simple and nagging sense of self doubt, this guide offers a path toward greater self acceptance and inner peace. Let us embark on this journey of self discovery and learn how to silence that inner critic once and for all. There are 7 strategies to silence the inner critic and stop being mean to yourself. Understanding your inner critic. Understanding your inner critic involves unraveling the origins of its harsh voice and recognizing its patterns. It is about identifying the specific situations, thoughts, or emotions that trigger its negative commentary. This understanding goes beyond simple labeling the inner critic as bad. It is about recognizing it as a complex entity shaped by past experiences, upbringing, and societal messages. By exploring its roots, you can gain valuable insights into why it exists and how it operates. Recognizing the inner critic's patterns involves paying attention to the themes and types of criticism it offers. Does it focus on your appearance, abilities, or relationships? Does it use specific words or phrases? Identifying these patterns helps you anticipate and challenge their negativity. Understanding your inner critic is the first step towards silencing its voice and cultivating a more compassionate relationship with yourself. It is about gaining self-awareness and developing the tools to manage its influence healthily. Your inner critic didn't appear out of thin air. It is a complex entity shaped by your past experiences, upbringing, and societal messages. You need to understand where it came from to silence its harsh voice. Start by exploring your childhood. Were you often criticized or held to unrealistic standards? Did you internalize negative messages about yourself? These early experiences can lay the foundation for a harsh inner critic. Next, examine your current life. What triggers your inner critic? Is it specific situations, people, or thoughts? You can anticipate and prepare for the negative commentary by identifying these triggers. Pay close attention to the patterns of your inner critic. Does it focus on your appearance, abilities, or relationships? Recognizing these patterns helps you challenge and reframe its criticisms. Finally, dig deeper into the underlying beliefs that fuel your inner critic. Do you believe you are not good enough, smart enough, or worthy of love? These core beliefs often lie at the root of self-criticism. By embarking on this journey of self-discovery, you will gain valuable insights into the origins and nature of your inner critic. This understanding is the first step towards silencing its voice and cultivating a more compassionate relationship with yourself. Cultivating self-compassion. Cultivating self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding you will offer a dear friend. It involves recognizing your struggles and imperfections without judgment and responding to them with warmth and empathy. Instead of berating yourself for mistakes, you acknowledge them as part of being human and offer yourself comfort and encouragement. Self-compassion isn't about self-pity or making excuses. It is about fostering a healthier inner dialogue based on self-acceptance and love. It is about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the respect you deserve. By nurturing self-compassion, you create a safe space within yourself to heal, grow, and thrive, even in the face of challenges. Imagine your closest friend is struggling. They have made a mistake, faced a setback, or feel down on themselves. How will you respond? Will you scold them, call them names, or tell them they are worthless? Of course not. You will offer them kindness, understanding, and support. Now it is time to extend that same compassion to yourself. Your inner critic may be harsh and unforgiving, but you don't have to listen. Instead, challenge its judgments with self-compassionate responses. When your inner critic says, "You are such a failure," respond with, "I am learning and growing, and setbacks are a natural part of the process." When it says, "You are not good enough," counter with, "I am worthy of love and respect just as I am." When you hear, "You will never succeed," remind yourself, "I have the strength and resilience to overcome challenges." By practicing self-compassion, you are not ignoring flaws or denying your mistakes. You treat yourself with kindness and understanding just as you would a dear friend. Remember, you are not your mistakes. You are a complex, multifaceted human being with struggles, weaknesses, and the capacity for growth. By embracing self-compassion, you create a safe and supportive inner environment where you can flourish. Reframing negative thoughts. Reframing negative thoughts is a powerful technique that involves identifying and challenging unhelpful thought patterns. It is like changing the lens through which you view a situation, shifting from a negative or distorted perspective to a more realistic and positive one. When you reframe negative thoughts, you don't deny the challenges or difficulties you face. Instead, you choose to interpret them in a way that empowers you rather than disempowers you. For example, instead of thinking, I am a failure because I didn't get the job, you might reframe it as, this wasn't the right fit for me, and a better opportunity is waiting. Reframing isn't about positive thinking for the sake of it. It is about aligning your thoughts with reality, choosing interpretations that promote growth and resilience. Practicing this technique can reduce stress, boost self-esteem, and create a more positive outlook. Your inner critic thrives on distorted thinking patterns that magnify negativity and minimize your worth. To silence its voice, you must become adept at recognizing and challenging these thought distortions. Start by paying close attention to your inner dialogue. When self-critical thoughts arise, pause and examine them. As they based on, or are they based on facts or assumptions? Are they overly negative or catastrophizing? Common distortions include all or nothing thinking, believing you are either a success or a failure. Personalization, blaming yourself for things outside your control, and discounting the positive, ignoring your accomplishments. Once you identify a distorted thought, challenge it with evidence. For example, if your inner critic says, I am a complete failure, ask yourself, what evidence supports this? Have I never succeeded at anything? Replace self-critical thoughts with realistic and positive affirmations. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, try. I am capable and worthy of success. Affirmations may feel awkward at first, but repetition can rewire your brain for positivity. Remember, challenging distorted thinking takes practice. Be patient with yourself and don't be afraid to seek guidance from a therapist or counselor. They can teach you specific techniques for cognitive restructuring, which involves systematically replacing negative thoughts with more balanced and helpful ones. By developing this skill, you empower yourself to break free from the grip of your inner critic and cultivate a more positive and realistic self-image. Practicing mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness is paying full attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves anchoring yourself to the here and now, becoming aware of your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations as they arise without getting caught up in them. Mindfulness is not about emptying your mind or achieving a state of bliss. It is about observing your inner and outer experiences with curiosity and acceptance. When your mind wanders, as it inevitably will, you gently bring it back to the present moment, like a butterfly returning to a flower. You can practice mindfulness in various ways, such as meditation, yoga, or simple paying attention to your breath throughout the day. By incorporating mindfulness into your life, you cultivate a deeper awareness of your inner world and a greater sense of calm and clarity. In the whirlwind of daily life, it is easy to get swept away by the thoughts and emotions, often without realizing it. This is where mindfulness comes in. It is the practice of being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Think of your mind as a flowing river. Your thoughts and emotions are like leaves floating on the surface. Mindfulness is like standing on the riverbank, watching those leaves drift by without getting caught up in their current. When your inner critic starts negative chatter, mindfulness lets you notice those thoughts, acknowledge their presence without engaging with them. You don't have to believe them or react to them. You can observe them and let them go. This detachment from the inner critic's grip is incredibly empowering. It creates a space between you and your thoughts, allowing you to choose how you respond. Instead of being controlled by your inner critic, you become the observer, the witness. Practicing mindfulness can take many forms. It could be a simple breathing exercise, a guided meditation, or even just taking a few moments to focus on your senses, the sounds you hear, the sensations you feel, the sights you see. By cultivating present moment awareness, you not only quiet the inner critic, but also open yourself to the richness of the present experience. You become more attuned to the beauty around you, the joy of simple pleasures, and the gratitude for all that you have. Building self-worth. Building self-worth is a transformative process of recognizing and appreciating your inherent value as a human being. It involves shifting your focus from external validation to internal self-acceptance. Instead of relying on achievements, appearances, or others' opinions to determine your worth, you learn to embrace your strengths, acknowledge your flaws, and celebrate your unique qualities. You engage in activities that align with your values and passions, fostering a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Building self-worth is not about inflating your ego or becoming narcissistic. It is about developing a healthy and realistic self-image based on self-love and respect. It is about recognizing that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success simply because you exist. Building self-worth is like tending to a garden. It requires consistent care, nourishment, and appreciation for the unique beauty that blossoms within. Beginning by identifying activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. These could be hobbies you have always loved, new skills you want to learn, or spending time in nature. Engaging in activities that align with your passions and values nourishes your soul and reminds you of your inherent worth. As you pursue these activities, celebrate your progress and achievements, no matter how small. Did you finish a challenging project? Did you learn a new chord on the guitar? Did you make it through a tough day? Acknowledge these big and small wins as they reinforce your capabilities and strengthen your sense of self-efficacy. Make a habit of acknowledging your strengths and unique qualities. Write them down, share them with loved ones, or reflect on them in moments of self-doubt. Recognizing your strengths is not about arrogance, but acknowledging the valuable contributions you bring to the world. Remember, self-worth is not dependent on external validation or comparison to others. It is an internal recognition of your inherent value, a deep knowing that you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, simply because you exist. By engaging in activities that nurture your self-esteem, celebrating your strengths, and acknowledging your accomplishments, you cultivate a strong foundation of self-worth that can withstand the storms of self-doubt and criticism. Setting healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is defining and communicating your limits, needs, and expectations in relationships and situations. It is about recognizing what you are comfortable with and not, and asserting those limits clearly and respectfully. Boundaries can be physical, emotional, or even mental. They protect your personal space, energy, and well-being, preventing you from feeling overwhelmed, resentful, or exploited. Learning to say no to requests that don't align with your priorities or values is critical to setting healthy boundaries. It is also about communicating your needs assertively and standing up for yourself when necessary. Establishing clear boundaries creates a sense of safety and respect in your relationships, allowing for healthier interactions and greater personal autonomy. It is an essential skill for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. In a world that often bombards us with unrealistic expectations and negativity, it is crucial to establish healthy boundaries to protect your self-worth. Start by recognizing the external sources that fuel your inner critic. Is it a demanding job, critical friends, or social media comparisons? Once you identify these sources, you can take steps to limit their influence. Learn to say no when faced with unrealistic expectations. Decreasing requests that overload your schedule or compromise your well-being is okay. Remember, your time and energy are valuable resources, and it is your right to protect them. If you are surrounded by negativity, don't hesitate to distance yourself. This could mean spending less time with critical people and following social media accounts that trigger self-doubt, or simply taking breaks from environments that drain your energy. Surround yourself with positive influences instead. Spend time with supportive friends and family. Engage in activities that uplift you, and seek out environments that foster a sense of belonging and acceptance. Remember, you are not obligated to please everyone or meet unrealistic standards. Setting healthy boundaries and protecting yourself from negativity creates a safe haven for your self-esteem to flourish. Seeking support. Seeking support involves reaching out to trusted individuals or professionals for guidance, encouragement, and understanding. It is a recognition that you don't have to face challenges alone, and that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. This support can come from various sources, such as friends, family, therapists, support groups, or online communities. It might involve sharing your struggles, seeking advice, or simply receiving validation and empathy. Seeking support is not about relying on others to solve your problems. It is about creating a network of care and understanding that empowers you to navigate difficulties and cultivate self-compassion. It is about recognizing that we all need help sometimes. There is no shame in asking for it. Don't hesitate to reach out to trusted friends, family, or a therapist for guidance and support on your journey towards self-acceptance. Embarking on the journey to silence your inner critic and cultivate self-compassion is a transformative endeavor. Understanding the roots of self-criticism, embracing self-compassion, and reframing negative thoughts will pave the way for a more fulfilling and joyful life. Remember, silencing the inner critic is not about achieving perfection. It is about progress. There will be setbacks and moments when the critical voice resurfaces. But with the tools and strategies you have gained, you will be better equipped to navigate those challenges. As you practice mindfulness, build self-worth, and set healthy boundaries, you will gradually replace self-doubt with self-acceptance, fear with courage, and harsh judgment with gentle understanding. This journey is an act of self-love, an investment in your well-being, and a gift you give yourself. By choosing kindness over criticism, you unlock your full potential, embrace your imperfections, and create an authentic and empowering life. So be patient with yourself, celebrate your victories, and remember, you are worthy of love, happiness, and inner peace. You can embrace the path to silencing the inner critic, and the rewards are immeasurable. This is Dr. Masosekane Mishakosa, Director of the Fresh Thinking School of Coaching. We really appreciate you coming over. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel because we have some of the finest masterclasses and would like to partner with you. All the best. Thank you.